Testing. Hello? Say hi, mums.
Hi. Hi, whoever.
Hi, whoever. Universe. All right, let's see.
Whoever is this?
Who's ever there?
All right, talk a little, Mom.
What's up today? It's raining outside, you know. Whoever you are.
Whoever's listening.
The ghost.
All right, go ahead. Talk a little.
Hello. This is my mom.
There we go. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Let's see what we got here. These are in no specific order, just however I got them. All right? So, what was your first date with Pup-Up, and how long did you date before you got married? This is from my mom.
My first date was, we went to the movies on the first date. I met him at a New Year's Eve party, and then he took me to the movies. And I went with him about a year and a half before we got married.
There we go. All right, any little message you want to say to my mom?
To your mother?
Yeah, or a memory
Uh,
or advice you could share?
Advice?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anything.
Just be very loving and caring for your children, and which you always do anyway. So, because I know you're a good mom.
She learned from the best. All right, next one. This is from Jessica Trodden, or Fox. What was her favorite thing about What was your favorite thing about Pup-Up?
Well, I loved the way he looked.
Wow. All right.
I loved his looks, and he had black curly hair, and I thought he was very handsome and very loving, and he was a bugger. He was a rip. He wasn't perfect, but I loved everything. Everybody always says I like the bad boys.
And any little thing you want to say to Jess? Or
Hello, Jessica. I'm very happy your gang is getting so big, and I love your family. They're beautiful, and you got a great husband, and good luck to all of you.
All right. Next one. Let's see here. All right. So, this is from Bobby. What is something that Pup-Up did that annoyed or frustrated you? And what would Pop say was his favorite thing about you? And what is something that you did that annoyed or frustrated him? That's from Robert.
That's a big
I know, that's a big, Bobby, that's a big one.
Well, the most important thing was that he liked to go out on Friday night and drink with the guys or go to the racetrack. And then he would come home and be half drunk. And and then I'd get mad at him, and I would say, I'm going to lock the door. And he would laugh at me. And what else was it?
So, and then what would Pop say was his favorite thing about you?
Well, in later years, he said I was always running out the door going somewhere. I was always going, like when I was living on Wishart, I went to the movies every Tuesday night with all my friends, and we collected glasses and dishes. And he said I was a goer. I just wanted to go all the time.
And what would he say was something that frustrated him about you?
Frustrated him. I don't know what to say on that one.
You never got under his skin?
I never got. I wasn't a good spaghetti maker.
That got under his skin about you?
That's all. Every week he would come home, I have a new recipe from somebody he worked with who made spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
And every week he would give me a new recipe, and Mary Teresa is a witness to that. He would do it all the time. I don't know what else I
Yeah,
did.
no, that's good. Anything you want to say, Bobby?
Bobby, you're a great MC. You keep this family going. I love you very much. And you always think of something to keep everything going and keeping us happy.
All right. So Lauren Trodden wants to know what is your most favorite place that you visited?
The most favorite was Florida. I love going to Florida when we would go to Orange Lake. We had so much fun down there. Pop loved it. My uncle, oh, wait a minute. My uncle left me money, and I bought the condo down there, and we had so much fun after all that time. Right on the golf course and everything. It was nice.
All right. Next one. What is your favorite? Oh wait. Anything you want to say to Lauren? I'm sorry.
Lauren, I hope you're doing well at TJ's. What's it? TJ Whalahan's, and teaching school. I know how successful you are at that. So continue your good success. But I hope you meet somebody soon.
Oh goodness.
We need you to meet up with a fella soon.
All right. So this is from Monk. What is your favorite dance?
Dance?
Yeah, your favorite dance.
Slow dance.
Ah.
I like this. Well, Pop wasn't a dancer, so it was mostly slow dance.
All right. Anything you want to say to Monk?
Monk, I'm so proud of you. You've grown up to be quite a young man. I think you're so intelligent. I admire you so much. You're a great boy. Very polite. Very polite. He always says he loves you.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is your favorite holiday?
Christmas. I love Christmas.
Yeah.
I really do love Christmas. Everything about it. I mean, I lost my mother, my father, and my husband at Christmas, but I do love Christmas and all the other activities that go with it,
And that's to James. Anything you want to tell James?
James, okay. James, I can't get over what a big guy you are. How beautiful you have turned out, and you speak so well, and you're so active. I remember being at the shore with you, and you were playing supermarket with my walker. And I love being around you, James. You're a very loving boy.
Good job, Kelly and Ray.
Kelly and Ray, you're great parents. You've done a great job with the kids, all of your children. You've done a great job, and you keep a nice family together. Very nice.
All right. All right. Let's keep going here. Oh, this one's from Kelly. What's the most important lesson that you learned? And Kelly also asks, how many times did you hit Pup Up with the broom?
The most important lesson I ever learned in life is don't be jealous. Don't be jealous of what other people have. Just thank God for everything that you have and all the blessings you have. I really mean that. And I only hit Pop with a broom about 2 or 3 times that day. He came home. He stayed out overnight down the shore. And when he came home, I took the broom and swung it at him a couple times, and 2 or 3 times. And his friend was with him, and he ran out the door.
Well, that's the day she put 2.
Only 2 or 3 times. That's the answer.
Is that the one you put your face into?
And you said stuff to Kelly and Ray already, so. Ray asked, were you born in a hospital?
Yes. Yes, okay. I was born in a hospital.
What name was it? What was the name of the hospital?
Women's Medical around in North Philly. I'm not quite sure exactly where it was located.
All right. Now this one is from Uncle Timmy. Have you ever been able to keep a secret?
Oh, yeah.
That is not one of my qualities. I do keep some secrets. I've been known, believe it or not. Believe it or not, I've kept some secrets, but not too many.
Anything you want to say to Uncle Timmy?
Uncle Tim has been so good to me. I'm so grateful for everything he does for me. He never forgets me. He always thinks of all the important things to do, and I love you very much.
All right. Next one
Next one.
is Aunt Kathy.
And Kathy.
How many kids did you want to have?
How many? Well, Dad and I talked, like he was 3 and I was 5. So we thought maybe, possibly 7 or 8. And it turned out 7. And but when I reached Michael, I said, that's the end.
Oh, that's the end. Okay.
Yeah, it was the end.
Why, was he a bad baby?
No, he wasn't. It was a lot.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't even know why I asked. All right. Anything you want to say to Aunt Kathy?
Yes, Aunt Kathy, you're a very lovely girl. You've been very good to me. You always take care of me. And,
All right, enough Jack Francis.
And you're so thoughtful and caring, and I just wish that black cloud would go away.
All right, Brian Donahue.
Oh, Brian, you are a sweetheart.
I didn't even say his question yet. All right. What was the most impressive thing ever invented in your lifetime that changed the way people live? That's very intuitive, Brian.
I think the television.
Yeah.
You know, when I was growing up, we didn't have television until after I was married. And I used to go over to my mother's and watch television there. So when I got my own television, that was a big thing, I think. Then my children saw all the the schoolhouse. What was that, Eileen? The schoolhouse and the Choppers. It was a schoolhouse on TV, and it was good teaching to all my kids.
There we go.
Yeah.
I agree. Anything you wanted to say to Brian?
Brian.
He said he's a sweetie.
He's a sweetie, and he's very, very loving boy. Honest to God, what a great kid. Turned out to be a wonderful man. He won't tell me who his girlfriend is, but but he does a lot of wonderful things for me. Anytime I ask for something, he does it. Love you, Brian.
All right, next one. Johnny Fox.
Oh, Johnny Fox.
Yeah. What's your favorite memory from your childhood?
My favorite memory from my childhood was, and I think of it all, when I made my Holy Communion. And my Aunt Pearl, who was my godmother, bought me a beautiful dress and every part of my outfit, my socks, my shoes, everything. And I was so proud of myself how good I looked. And then when I was in 8th grade, my mother bought me a whole new outfit for Easter, and I thought I was really rich. And I all dressed up. So, yes, that was my favorite. And Johnny Fox is a very, very nice boy. I love you.
All right. This is from Danielle Trodden. What was your most favorite birthday?
My favorite birthday? I guess when I was 90, when I had the big party.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a very good party, and I loved every part of that. It was such a pleasant surprise.
That was a good one.
Yeah, and the whole family turned out for it, so I can't ever forget that party, and I talk about it all the time.
Anything you want to say to Danielle?
Danielle, you've grown up to be quite a beautiful young lady. And I'm very proud of you. You got a good job. You're working hard. You did good in college. Everything good for you. I can't wait for you to meet somebody.
Oh, there you go. Got to fit that in. All right, this is from Uncle Joe. Why did you keep having children after Joe? I know.
Well, Joe, after you were born, the first thing you know, I was pregnant that same year after you were born. I had Terry. And then I had a miscarriage, and I was asking the priest to pray for me because I thought I was pregnant again. And then finally I got pregnant again with Mike, and I said, Finish, that's the end. I have to say I loved having my children, though. I'm very happy with my family.
Anything you want to say to Uncle Joey?
Uncle Joe, you're a great guy. You take good care of me for dialysis and everything, and no complaints about that. And I've always been proud of you, and I hope the best for you, the best luck in life. I hope, I love you.
This is Terry Curick. Where did Terry Trodden sleep?
Well, there was a big joke about Terry. In the front bedroom of our house, we had two sets of bunk beds, and then we had this cot. The mattress was about 6 inches thick, and you would fold it over and close it. And during the day, we closed it up, but at night, they opened it up, and that's where Terry slept. Now, she said she didn't have a bed, but she did. Love you, Terry.
Anything you want to say to Terry Curick? Or was
Yes.
that just, yeah.
I love you, and thank you always for being there to fix me up and make me look decent.
This one's from Matthew Cullen. What's your favorite memory with Matthew?
Well, some of my memories of Matthew were different, but I remember driving him to work at Chicky and Pete's, and then picking him up, and he would smell like French fries. And we drove to college. I drove him to, what was the name of that school he went to?
Newman.
No, not Newman.
Oh,
Where he,
where
he learned
the computer stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I drove him there, and then he would come over, and Pop would have work for him, and he would shovel or he would cut the grass, and so they're all my good, happy memories with Matthew.
Anything you want to say to Matt?
Matt, I love you. You and Michelle are wonderful, and I love Henry, and you've had a beautiful marriage. Thank you for being such a good guy.
All right, this is Michelle Skelton. How many times did my mom call the bar looking for Papa?
How many? I couldn't count them. That number is uncountable. I would be looking for him every time I needed him. But he would come home on a Friday night with his night, and he would go out and drink down at Veezy's, and he was something else. He was quite a party guy. And then if it rained on a rainy day, and he couldn't work because of the rain, he'd go to the bar and play cards. That was in the beginning of our marriage.
Beginning? Oh.
Before I was still living with my mother and all. I lived with my mother until I was pregnant with Peggy, and then I got my own apartment on the third floor on Harold Street. And but he was a rip. And then that other Christmas he came home. He worked at the electric place, and he came home with lipstick on his collar. So I had tuna fish and potato salad for dinner, and he sat down, and I pushed his face into the food.
Oh my God.
What else you want to know?
That was just you. Anything you want to say to Michelle?
Michelle, what a great granddaughter you are, and you're always calling me to see what you can do to help me, and you got a lovely family, and the best of everything to you. Love you.
Yeah, sometimes. All right. This is Heather. Heather.
Heather.
How many times did you get a call that Heather was hurt again and Peg needed your help?
Well, I don't know how many times there were. Heather did get into a few little things, a few accidents and all, but I can't tell you, maybe 5 or 10 times. I don't know. I couldn't give you an exact amount, but you were always in trouble with it. And when you would come to our house, I think you got slid off a car in the driveway or something, and you were quite a character. Wasn't it you that they try to push down the laundry chute with the
Yes.
shaving cream?
Yes.
Pop Up used to say, "Where's that Heather and where's Megan and Tracy?" And they'd be upstairs trying to push you down the laundry chute.
Don't worry, we got a question about them coming up. Anything you want to say to Heather?
Heather, what a great job you're doing. I love your children. They're beautiful. And you and Don have done a great job and have a great marriage. Good luck to you. Love yous all.
This is Meg Skelton. Could you ever imagine when you were growing up that you would have created such a large and amazing family that keeps on growing?
It's probably.
Well, Megan, I always wanted to be married. That was my aim, to be married. I didn't know that I would end up with 7 children, and the generations that have followed from that are just unbelievable. Nobody can believe the size of our family and how close we all are. And I'm very proud of them all. Very proud.
Anything to say, Meg?
Megan, I hope you and your new hubby have a wonderful life together, and I'm glad to see you're finding some happiness.
All right, this is Uncle Mike. Why did you make Joe's middle name Bernard? Bernard?
Bernard. Yeah, Bernard. But, Uncle Joe, well, Joe and Mike, there was a great uncle that used to come visit your father and them when they lived on Bonsall Street, and his name was Bernard. And he was an uncle or a cousin of theirs. So that when we had Joe, well, Joseph Michael, he didn't want me to name him Joe. He wanted me to name him Michael. But I wanted you to be a junior, so I named you Joseph Michael Trodden Jr. And then we talked about what you were going to be confirmed, and you were confirmed Bernard. But Dad didn't want you called Joey. He didn't like that, and I promised him nobody would ever call you Joey. I call you Joseph, and I call young Joe Joseph. And I love you, Joe.
Well, that was from Uncle Mike.
Uncle Mike, I love you. I'm proud of you and your family.
Okay, let's see. This one's from me and Chrissy. How many houses have you lived in?
How many houses? I lived in, I had an apartment at 16th and Lehigh. I had an apartment on Harold Street, lived with my mother. Lived on 2700 29th Street. That's 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Wishart, and then I went to Ambridge, and now I'm up here. That's 7.
7. Okay.
7 houses, Chris. I moved a few times.
Anything you want to say to
Yeah, and Chris, you've done a great job with your family. They're all such great kids. I'm very proud of them all. And I'm proud of you and Mike with a nice marriage you've had. A wonderful marriage.
Do you want to take a break to eat, Mom?
Uh-huh.
You want to take a break to eat?
Oh, wait. All right. Okay.
You hungry?
All right. Okay.
All right. We're taking a break.
Okay. All right.
How many more is there?
We got
Chris.
16 more.
All right, Eileen.
And we're back.
There you go.
Short intermission.
Who was coming up now, Jack? Huh?
All right, let's see. I think we left off with Aunt Chrissy.
Oh. Chrissy?
Yeah. Let's see. Alrighty. Sorry. Alright. This next one is from, Let me see here. All right, this next one is from Mike and Shannon
Okay.
Trodden. What is a good lesson you learned from your mom and dad?
From my mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess to be good to your children and have a loving marriage. And they were very much in love, my mother and father, yes. And have a good family. Be kind and gentle with your children.
Anything you want to say to Mike and Shannon?
Mike and Shannon, the best wishes for a happy life in your new marriage. And I just think you guys make a great couple. Love you.
All right, next up, Danny Trodden. How much did you have to pay the kids in the neighborhood to hang out with Mike and Joe?
Now, dear Danny, that was one thing I didn't have. They had so many friends.
The cat is gone.
Okay.
I had so many they had so many friends that it was hard for me to remember everybody. But I was Mrs. Trods to everybody in the neighborhood. And I really, really enjoyed all their friends. Was a couple of them was a little wild. Pop-Up had a problem with Phil Garvin, and then we had what you call him, Eddie Chappelle used to call Joe in the middle of the night to get him take him home from a bar or something. But other than that, I loved all their friends.
Anything you want to say to Danny Trodden?
Danny Trodden, what a great guy you are. I wish you the best. I love you very much. You're so full of life and happiness. I love you the best of all. Well, not the best of all.
Yeah,
Yeah. Not the best of all, everybody, but I love you greatly. And I wish you all the best.
All right, the next one is Jenna in Austin. What is a funny story from Uncle Mike's childhood?
Well, let me see. Well, when Mike, he won't. He's gonna have a fit.
It's okay. You just say it. No one's gonna have a fit. This is all for
when
fun.
Uncle Mike was little, and he was being trained, he couldn't stand it when he had a mess and he had an accident. Let's put it that way. And he flushed them down the toilet.
What?
His pants.
Oh, yeah.
So then Pop-Up had to go to the drain in the garage and open the drain and take them out.
That's a good one. That's a good question. Okay, this one's from Little Joe and Kate.
Now I have to find them.
What was your first impression of Aunt Chrissy when Uncle Mike brought her around?
I thought she was really adorable. We were having a baby shower when I got to meet her, and he brought her over, and I thought she was cute and bubbly, very bubbly. Mike's such a quiet guy, and she was so bubbly, and I was very happy to meet her.
All right, this is from me. So which age would you remain and why?
What was that again?
Which age would you remain and why?
I'll tell you, I enjoyed my 50s. I had a lot of fun in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
My kids were getting older, and we had parties in the neighborhood all the time, and all our friends were the same age, and we would get together once a month for a theme party. And then we would sit outside on the front steps and order sandwiches after the children went to bed, and the men would have a beer, and I would have a Coke and chips and a sandwich. And they were really great times, fun times. My children remember all them too.
What?
Yeah.
What do you remember?
My fun times with all my friends.
So
Oh,
you're
yeah,
50s.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that was good.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
So this is from like the Keurig crew. What was your first job? How old were you? How much did you make?
My first.
All right, good. You know where the bathroom is, dude. Go ahead.
What do you have to do?
He has to
Poopy.
Here.
My first job,
Eileen, you're wiping.
well, when I was,
Am I?
I guess I was 15 or 14, I had a job in a little dry goods store over on 22nd Street. I just had to keep everything folded for the customers when they came in. Then my second job was when I went to work for the telephone company. Oh, yeah, no, I worked for Exide battery company, and up
How
on
old were you for your first job?
15.
15? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. How much did you make?
I made probably $20 a week or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Just about 20 a week, maybe. And that was it. Yeah, 22nd Street was my first job. Yeah.
And again, from the Keurig crew. How old were you when you learned to drive, and who taught you? Some people mention that you drive with both feet. I'm not going to say who it was.
Well, I've been known to drive with both feet. I've been known to drive with both feet.
Should I have to wipe?
My brother Bill,
I'm just kidding.
taught me how to drive, and it was when my Terry was a baby. After I had Terry, it was a little bit of an ordeal to go food shopping, so I learned to drive, and then Billy taught me, and I was 31, I guess, when I had Terry, around that. And I used to go up Ridge Avenue, up to Henry Avenue to the A&P, and shop early on a Saturday morning, and then when I got back, the kids would be awake, and we would have breakfast. But I went up there one time and came back, and I didn't know it. I was driving on a flat tire. I almost got killed by Dad.
I believe it. Let's see. All right. So, anything you want to say to the Keurig crew?
Keurig family, you're a lot of fun. I love yous all. I enjoy your family so much. Every one of you are loving children. And George and Terry, you've done a good job. You always include me in everything, and I appreciate
Oh,
it.
you're done. Okay.
Thank you.
Here's
Hold on,
some.
let me see.
Wipe. Hold on.
Well, can I hold her while you wiping?
He can wipe. Hold on. He said he can wipe. Oh, okay.
Yeah, wipe yourself. Come on. Here, I'll give you the next one, Mama. So, in your opinion, what was the craziest thing Meg and Tracy ever did together and got caught? That's from Heather.
Oh, did I tell that story about them with the shaving cream?
You mentioned it.
No,
Well,
they did something else.
But if that's the craziest thing, go ahead.
Tracy and Megan would disappear, and Pop would always say, "Oh, where's Tracy and Megan?" And of course, the one occasion was they were putting shaving cream down the laundry chute and trying to get Heather to go down. But another thing was they were calling California. When they go upstairs, they would call California. And then the operator called back and told us the children were calling, making calls, So that was, to me, the funny. And then Tracy, poor Tracy, she was in her walker and on Ambridge. She was in the walker, and she got to the doorway to the basement, and all of a sudden the walker went down the steps, and she went with it down to the basement.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there's some funny things happened there.
All right, next one. Do you have a favorite family tradition as a child with your brothers and sisters? This is from Heather again. No, not really.
Woo, did you go?
Yes.
There.
That was a lot of ones.
You did a lot of one? Oh, okay.
I guess when I lived on Emerald and Huntington,
Did it go long?
we lived on the third floor, and my uncles and aunt lived on the second floor. And when we got together there, it was really a big family thing. So I guess I have to say that was one.
That was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Amanda Christian. What is your earliest memory?
My earliest memory is when I was 4 years old, and my mother had another baby boy, Jack, and she was in the hospital.
Jack.
And she was in the hospital, and I got to sleep with my father in bed while she was in the hospital. And I was very happy because I adored my father. Yeah.
Okay.
This is Michaela. Oh, anything you want to say to Amanda?
Amanda, good luck in your new occupational therapy job and with Shriners Hospital. And I hope you find the real guy you really love somebody. Good luck to you, dear. Oh,
You good? You need something to drink?
that's right.
Okay. This is Michaela. What is the nicest thing someone has said to you?
Ooh.
The nicest thing anybody can tell me is that I am so lucky to have such wonderful children and grandchildren. And I am lucky because I don't know that anybody has the thoughtfulness of every one of my kids. And they take me to dialysis, they take me to the doctors, and then the grandchildren are all pitching in and they all want to visit. And I just love everybody in my family. I'm very proud, very proud.
Anything you want to say to Michaela?
Michaela, good luck to you. Your mother tells me what a good businesswoman you are. And I hope you have much success in your trade. You're helping to push her candy business in the different stores, she told me. Good luck to you, dear. I love you.
All right, this is from Grace. What was the it toy that you remember
You want color?
wanting Santa to bring for you?
You got pink.
I don't know what I have.
It toy. Well, one of my favorite things that I remember is playing with paper dolls. I used to love to cut out the clothes and everything, and then you would get paper dolls and oh, and one of my next favorite thing I remember when I was in eighth grade, I wanted ice skates, and I got a pair of white ice skates, and I was very, very happy over that. That was my first really big present, and I was happy over that.
Anything you want to say to Grace?
Grace, you're a lovely girl. Good luck to you in whatever you do in life. You're lucky to have such a great mom and dad and your brother, everything. Good luck to you, honey. You're sweet. You're so sweet.
Colin, did you play any sports?
No, Colin, I was not a sports girl. Mm-mm. Nothing. I did nothing sports wise. I did. My grandfather built a house with and a fire escape hanging outside, like steps on the side of the building. And the only thing I did was hang upside down from them.
Gymnast.
A gymnast type thing. That was about the best I ever did. And I loved to ride a bike because my grandfather had a business of he rented bikes. So I got the bike free, and I would be able to ride the bikes all around. So that I like to do.
Anything you want to say to Colin?
Colin, good luck to you, dear. I don't know what you chose to do. I know your father's hoping you'll do good in sports and be very successful, and I hope you achieve that in your life. And I love you, dear. Good luck, dear.
All right, this is from Tori. What was your favorite Halloween costume?
Is that good? I can get you
Favorite Halloween costume?
You know what? I might have
Growing up that you were.
Oh, growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, uh, I guess when you dressed as a bum, everybody dressed as a bum, and you just took the old clothes from the house and stuffed pillows in you and put cork on your face, and it was the best thing. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
And that was Tori.
Good luck to you and Tori and Derek. Much happiness in the new marriage, and I hope you achieve everything you want in your life.
All right, this is from my husband.
Oh.
What was your favorite neighborhood you lived in, and why is it Kensington?
Kensington was not my favorite. Sorry about that, DJ. My favorite place was North Philly when I lived on Wishart Street. Our memories, most of the children will say the same thing. The memories of Wishart, we had block parties, we had street get-togethers, and my neighbors were so good. We all hung out together at night, and my friends, I still have Teresa and John Gallagher, well, John's passed, but Teresa Gallagher.
I'm trying.
They were all my friends, and I have to say Wishart Street, North Philly was my best place.
Yeah. Okay. This is from Caitlin. What was the baddest thing you ever did?
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Baddest thing she ever did?
Baddest thing I ever did. I don't know what. Wasn't anything I could tell you. Nothing that I would admit to. I guess being able to drink at 17 was maybe not such a good thing. But and then I used to parade down Lehigh Avenue with my girlfriends to pass the corner where Pop Pop hung, and
Blah 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 blah
and
blah blah.
Pop Pop hung out there, and I would pass by so that he would notice me. And then finally he started walking me home.
Oh, what a gentleman. Oh, wait, did you want to say anything to TJ?
TJ, I'm so glad you're part of the family. Thank you so much. You're such a great guy, and I'm proud of your family. Very proud. Good luck to you, dear.
And then Katie, anything you
Katie.
want
M&M's without.
Katie, you've been a joy and a pleasure. I've been around you your whole life, and there's so many memories from when you were a baby and growing up, and you and Kirsten together, and it's been a wonderful life with you. And you really are a good person. You're such a good cook, but a great cook. We had a good Thanksgiving dinner, and that was wonderful. Good luck. I hope the right guy comes along soon.
He will. All right, my dad. He asked why you never kicked him out of the family because he can't fix electric, he can't do carpentry, and he can't do toilets. I sliced deli meat and I made hoagies. That's what my dad said.
Bob, you always were a really great guy. And when you were dating Terry, and I would run into you at the bakery shop in the bakery in the shopping center, and I'd say, "Oh, that Bob was so nice," and Terry would say, "Mom, he's fooling you. He's he was trying to smooth you." There's nothing wrong with you, Bob. You're a great guy. You've always been good to me and kind to me and loving. And what else can I say about a wonderful father and husband? So I think you're a great guy, and I would never kick you out of the family.
All right, Aunt Eileen, you're up. What's your question, girl?
Okay. Well, this isn't Sean. It wasn't Sean. It was Tyler. Tyler came to our house to visit, and with Megan brought him, and we didn't know this, but Tyler called 911, right? And when he left, the cops came and said, "Did somebody call 911?" And my mom said, "We were out."
Is that a question? Or you got a question?
Yeah, I'm asking Mama.
Yeah.
Did it happen, Mom?
What happened was that he was upstairs. Tyler was upstairs, and Megan was visiting. And then, first thing you know, it wasn't long after they left, they were leaving. There was the police at the door saying somebody was making calls from the house, 911. I said, "Oh, God, that had to be my grandson. I'm sorry, great-grandson." I said, they just left. I said, "There's nobody here if you want to come in." But he didn't come in. He just forewarned me that somebody was making these calls. That is a true story.
I have one more. Okay. Mom, it was, remember, Mama has to tell this story. Remember you went to a game, a boys game, football game, and you drove the station wagon to the game?
This was not a football game. This was a baseball game that Joe was in. And we had a Plymouth station wagon. And I told all the kids to get in the car. We're going to drive down to Home Avenue where they were playing. And when we got down there and I pulled up to the curb, I pulled too close to the curb and jammed all the doors on that side of the car.
I'll get him out.
So
Get him out.
I told all the kids to get out on the street side.
Okay, hold on.
So don't tell Pop what happened, because when I got in there, he was in there at the game already.
Yeah.
So when we came out to get in the car, all the kids got in the car from the street side, and Dad said, "What's going on?" He said, "Why is that happening?" And I said, "Well, I jammed
There
the
he
doors
is.
and I can't
He
get
comes
them
out.
open on that side of
Comes
the
out.
car." Of course, he went on a rage, you know. He was ready to kill me.
What?
Oh, God.
All right, well,
But I
that's all-
did a lot of stuff when I was driving.
Yeah,
That's
I would say that was one of the baddest things you did.
Woo! She did.
Well, that's all I
I
got.
forgot
all.
about it.
That was
Yeah.
nice. That was fun.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad you had fun.
Can she
Yeah.
say something nice to me?
Oh, say something nice to Aunt Eileen.
Eileen, you are so good to me. You take very good care of me. And we fight a lot, but it's just normal for us to fight.
It's all.
And but I couldn't do without you forever. I have to tell you, you're everything to me. Thank you.
What? Did he come out again?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Did he come out? Did he come out? Wait a minute. Did he come out?